Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Friday. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios inside the bunker in an undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey. And from the other side of the continent, for the lifestyles of the rich and famous, from Beverly Hills, California, in his Michael J. Fox Studios, Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal, streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. Devils.
We're like the poor and struggling. That seems to be more like it over here.
Oh yeah, well.
The Woo Bucks only take you so far, you know? Like, it's just a thing. I wish it was more, but, you know, Woo Bucks only get you that poor man's internet, which we had the issues with last time. But today, we're running smooth sailing, Sam Woo, for the end of the year over here.
Now, Tom says that YouTube is blanking out again. No, it's
What?
not. No,
Really?
it's your internet, Tom. You need to get rich man internet, Tom. That's all I have to say. Yeah. Just because one show we had a little problem with YouTube, suddenly it's like everybody's like finding problems.
I'm logging in right now to the old YouTube page to see what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like I'm moving.
Yeah.
Looks like everything is moving.
Yeah.
Is it okay? Oh, no, you know what? It froze again, damn it.
Did it really?
It looks frozen again.
Yeah.
I can see, but I see all the comments coming through.
Well, now
there
Tom
we go.
says good now. Maybe
Now it looks like it's
Scotty, it's on your end. It's not, you pass. You got to be like a typical millennial. Pass the blame to somebody else.
Oh, pass the blame.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Pass the blame.
I'm right on that border, though. I think am I technically Gen X, though? Because I was born in 1980, so I'm like, that's the
no.
that's the border.
You're Gen X. You don't piss me off.
I'm Gen X. Okay,
You don't piss me
all
off.
right.
Yeah.
Well, welcome everybody in. Sorry if there are any technical issues. I restarted my computer. I restarted my router. I redid all that sort of stuff after the debacle from last Devils After Dark. So hopefully we won't run into any more issues
frozen.
over here.
As you're frozen,
As I just froze, huh? Oh,
yeah. I paid the cable bill. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're trying. We're trying over here to do all those technical things on the back end to make sure that we can come here and talk about a big Devils victory. Woo! Man, what a show they put on today up there in Ottawa. And we have the Victory Bucks for Nico freaking Dawes. Thank you, Max. Can we get the woo sound effect there, Sam Woo?
Well, you got to finish the super chat. Brat 4 points.
Well,
Jack
we're gonna
and
get
Luke.
to all that. No spoilers. Come on.
Yeah, but Max paid $4.99 for that
All
super
right.
chat.
All right.
All right.
Yes,
I want him to
we
get
had a lot of-
value.
We had a lot of multi-point games over here. Jesper Bratt with the big four, the four horsemen. Which Sam Wu, he's not going to. Well, we can do the Ric Flair Woo for the Four Horsemen since he was the leader of the crew. So go ahead. Can I get a Ric Flair Woo for the 4 points?
Woo!
Jack Hughes gets a hat trick of points with 3 points. Can I get a woo for that? And his brother Luke says, I'm not that far behind there, Jumpin' Jack Flash. I want 3 points too.
Woo!
You get multi-points. You get multi-points. You get multi-points. The Devils are the Oprah Winfrey of multi-point games over here.
Yes.
That's what's happening today against the Ottawa Senators. And by the way, great graphic by the MSG crew with, our good friends, Erica Wachter, Bryce Salvador, Bill, don't call me Captain Spaulding. If anyone doesn't know, that's a House of a Thousand Corpses reference right there. I'm sure Sam Wu is in the dark on that one. Mm-hmm. And of course, the enforcer of the Let's Go Devils podcast, Ken Danico. If you happen to look at the rankings on the Devils, you'll see obviously Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt way up at the top with multi-point games. But then Tyler Toffoli, and right after Tyler Toffoli, which I actually have to check, they might be tied right now, Luke Hughes. Luke Hughes is 4th, possibly tied for 3rd on this team with multi-point games. That's a hell of a season so far. From the rookie, let's talk about it. What happened? Game number 34, the Road Warriors. Oh, what a rush. Are back in town, or back out of town, actually, we should say. Come on, Scott. Use the old brain over here. What did Tom Hanks say? Use your head. You know what that is. It's that lump 3 feet above your ass. Right? Isn't that what he said in A League of Their Own? Something like that? Either way, the Devils, 12 comeback wins on the season, make it 13 after tonight. Let me update that right over there. The Road Warriors, we got Timo Meier. He's been on the hot streak. 4 goals in the last 3 games. We'll see if it continues for him. Another back-to-back begins. The 8th of the Devils' 16 back-to-backs this season. Thank you, schedule makers. A lot of rumors going around about Noah Hannafin from the Calgary Flames. Maybe we'll discuss that a little later. Kevin Ball playing in his 100th NHL game back up there in Ottawa where he was a 67 for, 4 years, I believe, in the minors there. So kind of a homecoming for big balls. And Nico Dawes making his season debut as the Devils send Akira Schmid back to Utica so he can get some work over there. And Nico Dawes, is he the savior we've all been waiting for? It's one of those odd black on red, red on black matchups over here with the Senators and Devils both having the same team colors, and something that left me scratching my head at the beginning of the game, saying like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. Colin Miller scratched for some reason. Don't know why. Brendan Smith put back onto defense, and Chris Tierney into the lineup. And, what do I know? Because at the end of the game, they all kind of proved, Brendan Smith had his Brendan Smith moments. He kind of had a Damon Severson. We'll call it a shoulder puck. We'll get to that a little later. But a little question marks over there. But the first period, man, did the Devils have their legs to start this game. Started out with a good outlet pass to Palat, who sent a nice backhand to Nico Hischier, who was driving straight onto the net. He got a shot away. It was really tight, so he didn't get like a really good opportunity, but it was still high danger type of area, and Korpisalo came up with the save there. Jesper Bratt, man, was he flying all over the place. As per usual, he used his speed, and I don't know if you remember this in the first period, he just skated right by everyone, straight up the boards, out of the defensive zone, through the neutral zone, and then into the offensive zone, and it created a 3-on-2 for the Devils. He sent a pass across to Toffoli, who ripped a shot far side, but Korpisalo got the glove on it. Devils took a too many men penalty. Good kill over there. And that was the other big question mark. I almost forgot to mention that. I have it up here in my notes. Power play slump. Will the special teams improve in this game against a team that struggles defensively? It doesn't take long, though, for the Senators to get on the board. Let me get into that Devils app over here so I can see the exact time of the first goal of the game. It goes to the Ottawa Senators. And this one, Brendan Smith. So essentially, Brendan Smith, the puck gets sent back into the defensive zone from the neutral zone by the Devils. Smith gets it, and he starts making his way around the net. And in doing so, instead of just, if you're going to play the wraparound, just do it. But he delayed a little bit and skated behind the net. And during that time, it allowed Brady Tkachuk to get in position along the boards. Okay? So if he's going around the net, now he tries to do the wraparound. Brady Tkachuk stops it. He intercepts it. Now you have your two defensemen on the same side of the ice. And as Devils fans know, what happens? Someone's going to be wide open on that other side. And for this one, it was Drake Batherson, who's able to get an easy goal at 9:47 of the first period, even strength past Nico Dawes, who, by the way, had an incredible game. Both goals that he gave up tonight, really kind of hard to fault him on. Funny, both of them you could kind of fault Brendan Smith on. But either way, we won't harp on it too much. Old chicken tendies over there. We'll see. But either way, Devils had a solid first 10 minutes of that period, and it all kind of got wiped away there by that one mishap, and the Senators are up 1-0. But then Jumpin' Jack Flash, who we know has been struggling with those turnovers, he had himself a solid game today. He draws an interference call. Devils go on the power play. They are 2 for their last 26. 2 for 26. Remember how this team started this season? Man, have they been in a power play outage for the last month, I feel like. They have just been struggling on that power play, even so much so that Lindy Ruff, before the game, said these power play units kind of on the short leash. May have to do a little bit of the old switch up to see if we can get something going. Well, obviously Jack, Jesper, Luke, and Toffoli heard that and were like, oh, no, sir. Sorry, Grandpa. We're not going to do that because we're going to go out and we're going to get ourselves a PPG. That's right. 2 out of 26. We'll make it 3 out of 27 against one of the worst penalty kill units in the league. The Devils took advantage today, and man, they were moving the puck along the perimeter here. Luke Hughes gets it at the point, and he feeds it over to Jack, and Jack's like, hey, what the hell? No one's covering me. All 4 Senators are on the other side of the ice, and I have this entire wing that I can just skate right in on. And that is exactly what he does to about the face-off dot. And then finally, the Senators are starting to creep back over to the other side. Jack lets a far side low snapper go that gets through the pads of Korpisalo for his 15th goal of the year, a PPG power play goal for the Devils to tie it up. That's Jack at 13:10 of the first period, his 15th. Luke Hughes gets the assist, his 13th, and Jesper Bratt gets assist as well, his 26th, and mark it down. That's assist number 200 on the career for JB. Man, has he been an impressive deep draft pick. So many other teams passed on him that must be like, damn it, he was sitting right there. Why didn't we draft him? Jesper Bratt, the brutalizer, with his 200th assist for his career. And then the Devils go right back on the power play because the Senators put the puck over the glass for a delay of game. We talked about it just a little bit earlier. Not so sound defensively for the old Sens. So this power play doesn't get too much going on it. They actually don't even register a shot, but you can just see the poor structure that the Senators have on the defensive side. The Devils are starting to wear them down already in the first period. Nico Dawes made a nice leg save on a point-blank shot. I think it was from Kubalik, who had himself a strong game. He was getting open in the slot a number of times. Kept hearing his name come up. But Nico Dawes was there. And Nico Dawes, we've seen this with Vanacek. We've seen it with Akira Schmidt as well. They look unsteady. They start flopping around everywhere. Nico Dawes was just like laser beam, like focused. You didn't see him sliding here and there and everywhere. A couple of these saves, I was expecting him to be down in the butterfly, and he was still up on his skates. Rebounds, under control, which we know has been a problem, especially, with Vanacek. We've seen him give those juicy rebounds a number of times throughout this season so far. Nico Dawes, not so much. It was one shot save, and that's it. Timely saves. Something that has been missing from this team. Something we saw so much last year that we haven't this year. Nico Dawes came through. And then the Devils got another power play. This was a little... if I was a Senators fan, I would probably be a little upset with the interference call on Claude Giroux, although it was a pick and it would have created a huge opportunity for the Sens because it was in the Devils' defensive zone. So Giroux picked Hall up barely, but he did do it. So the refs, they called it. And so the Devils go back on the power play with very little time left in the first period. You're thinking, this is probably going to carry over into the second. And Jesper Bratt's like, nah, I don't think so, dog. I'm the brutalizer. Maybe you haven't heard of me. I score goals. I get points. That's what I do. And I'm looking for a 4-spot, 4 horseman style on this particular Friday evening up in Canada. And this was made all possible by a great keep by one Luke Hughes at the point. The puck was, I thought it was sure as hell going out of the zone. And Luke kind of dives and he's on his knees and he does like a swat, almost like a baseball swing of his stick to keep the puck in the zone. And of course, it acts as a perfect pass right over to his brother, Jack Hughes. And then Jack again skates in. How many times do we see Jack Hughes have all this space on the power play to skate in like that? Like we talked about, defensive structure of the Sens, not there. So either way, Jack skates right in and he fires a pass across to Bratt the Brutalizer, who lets a wicked snapper go top shelf near side, past the glove, a Korpisalo with 7 seconds left in the period. I'm sorry, 8 seconds. At 19:52, the Devils, who have struggled so mightily in these recent weeks, get 2 PPGs in the first period. A power play goal number 14 for Jesper Bratt, and it's the same combination of fellas over here. First goal was Jack, Luke, Jesper. This one is Jesper, Jack, Luke. His 14th, Jack Hughes gets his 27th assist. Luke Hughes gets his 14th. And all three already have a multi-point game going after the first period. We're moving in the second with the Devils up 2-1. And Dawson Mercer takes a high sticking penalty over here. Okay, it was kind of an incidental one, but you figured after that interference call on Giroux, which was, like I said, if I was a Sens fan, I probably would have been a little PO'd with that call. So you had a feeling the next one was going against the Devils. And Dawson Mercer, he actually took a big hit along the boards, but you got to be responsible for your stick. And it was up. I don't know if he actually really did clip whoever in the face or not, but officials call it high sticking. Mercer into the box, and the Devils PK went to work over here. And man, did Nico Dawes made a big save after, you know who, Brendan Smith You got two Senators here. Brendan Smith is in the middle. For some reason, instead of standing pat, he decides to go over to the boards and leave Batherson, who just scored the first goal for the Senators in the first period. Leaves it wide open. And the pass goes right through to Batherson, and and Nico Dawes is there to make the big save and bail Brendan Smith and the PK out. Great stuff from Nico Dawes. And then right after that, Brady Tkachuk gets a breakaway, and he's coming in. And here's another one where you saw Nico Dawes out of his crease, playing his angles, showing that confidence, but he didn't go down very early. He stayed up on those skates. Tkachuk lets the shot fly, and Nico Dawes gets a piece of it with that glove hand, and patoong, deflects off into the corner. The day is saved by Nico Dawes. Whew, what a good one. And then Dawson Mercer says, all right, I need to make amends. We're up in Ottawa. Can someone please buy me a beer? Hey, guys, if I score a goal after this penalty, maybe you'll buy me a beer. How about an Ann Crew Brew, the official beer of the Let's Go Devils podcast?
I like to interject here. I have to admit, when Erica was interviewing Dawson during the intermission, I put on mute, and anytime his lips would move, I'd be like, "Hey, Erica."
You just heard that voice?
Yeah. Hey, Erica, can I buy you a beer? It's only 19 up here in Canada.
There's different rules up here in the Great White North. But Dawson Mercer says, you know what? I'm tired of hearing Timo Meier being the power forward on this line. I'm going to put a power move on myself. And Mikey McLeod helps him out on the forecheck, keeping that puck in the zone along the boards. Dawson Mercer gets possession of it away from the Senators, okay? And now he's starting to move down towards that goal line, okay? And then he protects the puck by keeping it below the goal line and then leading with his shoulder this way. So the Senators defenseman cannot get at that puck to knock it away, to poke it away or anything like that. He protects and he drives his way across the goal line right to the front of the net. And because he's got that shoulder lead in, he's able to pull the puck back right in front. And he kept himself square to Korpisalo in the goal this entire time. It was an intense power forward move by DM. And he goes and he pulls the puck back over here. And then he's able to chip it right up past Korpisalo into the net for his 10th goal of the year. 3-1 Devils, even strength at 7:17 of the second period. And we saw Dawson Mercer. We talked about it last podcast, last Devils After Dark. By the way, did I say hello to everyone on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch and Instagram and Twitter? Hello. How you doing out there? Just a little excited with this big Friday win. But Dawson Mercer, we saw him last year go on that hot streak when he got paired up with Nico Hischier and Thomas Tatar. You see that chemistry forming now with this MX3 line. McLeod, Meier, Mercer. And is he going to start rolling on a hot streak? We know he started off very slow, but now he's up into those double digits. We'll see if Dawson Mercer can keep this going, because we get him hot and get him rolling. Like we talked about, the Devils have all those lines to go through, and they are just going to be a beast for other teams to deal with, as long as they shore up the defense and the goaltending, which Nico Dawes took care of in this game. But Dawson Mercer, great power move over there for his 10th of the year. And then right after that, Jack Hughes sets up Jesper Bratt for a nasty one-timer. But Korpisalo kicked the leg and the glove out there, and he just got a piece of it with his toe, or else Jesper Bratt would have had his second goal of the game. Right after that, what do we got? The Sens high sticking penalty. Devils on their 4th power play. But they don't get too much going on here on the fourth one. Daws stopped Kubalik. Again, Kubalik, he had a good game. He had a good, strong game. Tarasenko had a number of opportunities as well. He's another candidate. I think Bill Spaulding was talking about it as well. He's only on a 1-year deal up there in Ottawa, so don't be surprised to see him jump teams around the trade deadline again. But Nico Dawes, I think this was after the power play. He stopped Kubalik down low, and then he's got a monster save on a 2-on-1 out there playing his angles and not leaving any rebounds. Let's say, Vitek Vanecek, we know he's a gamer, and he seems to make a lot of the initial saves. The problems are those juicy rebounds that he leaves out there. Nico Dawes was not giving the Senators any of those opportunities. And with names like Kubalik and Tarasenko and Claude Giroux and Brady Tkachuk, they're not a team that you want to mess around with. Yeah, they have some problems on the defensive side, but they remind me of the Devils from a couple years ago, where they can be an extremely dangerous team. So, Nico Dawes is playing really, really well. And by the way, great story here. Captain Bill Spaulding said it when Nico Dawes got the call that he was getting called back up to the big club. He was actually going out to pick up a new dog, golden retriever, Cooper. So listen, I'm a big animal lover. I love dogs and everything like that. So how about that? We got a new puppy as well. Can't go wrong there. So Nico Dawes, new puppy and a call up. Back to that NHL salary.
By the way, Nico Dawes, following the footsteps of our good friend of the podcast, Moose, who also has a golden retriever named Cooper.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
Yeah. That's going to be my first question to Nico Dawes.
How's Cooper?
Yeah, how's Cooper? And did you idolize Rebecca? Yeah, did you idolize Rebecca in the NWHL and the PHF back in the day? And is that how you got it?
So there you go.
Yeah.
Nico Dawes gets a new puppy, and he gets a call up. That's a hell of a day right there. Let me tell you. So, you know that there's a line that we have here at the Devils of Jesper Bratt, Jack Hughes, and Tyler Toffoli. And we've already heard about the wonders that both Jack and Jesper have had going on in this game already. And Tyler Toffoli's like, yo, I'm the Grizzly vet. I want some of that superstardom over here for me as well. So at 14:47 of the second period, it became time for us to say, holy Toffoli. And what a goal here. Hard work. Gritty, grinding hard work by who? Jesper Bratt and Jack Hughes. This is a face-off in the Senators zone that the Devils lose. Okay, they lose. The puck goes behind the net. And who is there right off the face-off? On the forecheck immediately, battling for that puck? The brutalizer, Jesper Bratt. The puck gets moved along the boards up to someone else on the Senators. And who's right there to intercept them? Jack Hughes. Creating a turnover. And who gathers the puck after that turnover? Jesper Bratt. These two guys are on fire today. Sounds like Jack was almost pissed from all those turnovers from like the last 3 or 4 games that he was giving up. And he's like, I'm gonna follow Jesper Bratt. And I'm gonna go in there into these dirty areas and start mucking it up a little bit. And that's what they did. So Bratt behind the net on the forecheck. Puck goes around. Jack Hughes right there. Creates the turnover. And there's Jesper Bratt, the speed demon, right back to gain possession of that puck. And he looks and he sees Tyler Toffoli already with the cannon locked and loaded and ready to fire. And he just slides it right over. And Toffoli unleashes the beast and brings the thunder right past Korpisalo, big one-time blast for his 15th goal of the season to make it 4-1 Devils. Bratt gets another assist, his 27th, and Jack Hughes gets the other assist, his 28th. But this was a really hard-working goal that you would probably maybe more expect from the tougher grind-out line. But no. It's your finesse superstar line out there on the forecheck in those dirty areas. Big ups to both Jesper Bratt and Jack Hughes on that goal. Eric Haula took a penalty after that. Another good kill by these Devils. And then, Nico Hischier got robbed right at the end of the second period. Almost made it 5-1. But Korpisalo came through with a huge save to keep the game 4-1. We move into the third, and oh boy, here comes old chicken tendies again. Brendan Smith. He's back on defense. When he's on the wing, everything's good. Everything's fine. Love him on the wing. When he's on the defense, he's taking a penalty at some point in this game. And it did happen right at the start of the third period. Brendan Smith takes a tripping call, but Nico Dawes again bails him out. Huge, timely save on a breakaway. Shutting down the 5-hole. And again, he's out with that confidence, playing his angles. I know I've been harping on this tonight, but it's something we haven't seen from Devils goaltending for this entire season so far. It was so refreshing to have that confidence in the goaltender and not to see all those rebounds just floating out there, and you're just hoping and praying that one of the defenders can get there to try and clear the puck. Nico Dawes will take care of everything. Good job, Nico. And then Daws, another big save. Kubalik again. Again, he got him with a blocker this time. But Kubalik, man, he was somehow finding his way into that slot this entire game. But Nico Dawes was shutting him down. And the Devils shut down that power play, keeping the Sens off the board. And how does it end? With Jesper Bratt, the brutalizer, once again on the PK. Jesper Bratt, he's playing in all situations. That's how damn good he is. And how does this power play end for the Senators? With a blocked shot by Jesper Bratt. From the point. Hits Jesper, and who does it go to? The captain, Nico Hischier. And what does he see out of the corner of his eye? No, it's not Santa Claus on the roof. It's chicken tendies getting out of the penalty box. Brendan Smith with the beautiful lob pass from the captain. Straight over the defenseman's stick. Hits Brendan Smith in stride. And Brendan Smith comes in. He does a little head shake. And he does a little half flamingo, picking that skate up. And then he makes a move to his forehand. Korpisalo goes down. He tries to split his legs out to cover the edges. But Brendan Smith, chicken tendies. Throw some fries on the side as well with some barbecue sauce. He goes right around that skate and he puts the puck in the net for his first Devils goal on the breakaway out of the penalty box. And here I am, watching this game thinking, and then he comes out and he scores on the breakaway. So good job to you, Brendan Smith, but also an amazing job once again by Jesper Bratt to block that shot. He gets his 28th assist of the year. Nico Hischier gets number 9 at 3:59 of the third period. Another even strength goal. And the Devils are up 5-1. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I harp on old chicken tendies a lot. But man, he went out there and Dumb and Dumber style totally redeemed himself after that tripping penalty. But then, Brendan, why? Brendan Smith giveth, and then Brendan Smith taketh away. So he's behind the net. Stop me if you heard this one before. He's behind the net. and he realized that, who was it? It was Docker, I think. Bernard Docker is in the front. No, it wasn't. Who was it that was in the front of the net? It might have been Tarasenko or Kubalik again. Honestly, I think it was Kubalik again. The dude was just parked in front of the net the entire night. Brendan Smith is coming from behind the net to try and clear the crease, which we like. We like that. But Bernard Docker took a shot, and it was going well wide of the net. But Brendan Smith, as he's coming to try and move Kubalik out of the way, and hit the puck going wide, hits Brendan Smith, and then he Damon Seversons it into the net past Nico Dawes. You can't write this stuff. I swear, you cannot write. You can get the best comedy writers in the world. You get Conan O'Brien over here writing this, and I don't think they can come up with it. He Damon Seversons it into the net for the Senators' second goal of the game. So Brendan Smith giveth and taketh away. We'll focus in on that breakaway with the head shimmy, half flamingo move to the forehand and around, and not forget that he then, had an own goal. Either way, the Senators are down now 5-2. Devils still obviously in control of this game. And then, when was that? That was at 13:25 of the third period. Luke Hughes says, it can't end like that. We've had such a good game. I'm feeling like I want to do one of those Luke Hughes bows, after I score a goal. So why don't I just have that happen? Luke, you underestimate my power, says Luke Hughes. A hard-working goal at 17:28 of the third period to get his third point of the night. Luke Hughes gets number 6. And where did this come from? The fourth line. So you have all 4 lines tonight in on the score sheet. Obviously, the first line with Bratt, Jack, Toffoli. We got Nico springing Brendan Smith earlier. We got Dawson Mercer on the goal in the second. And now the fourth line gets in on the action. Some hard-working forechecking. And who's down on that fourth line now? We've talked about this. Alexander Holtz. Someone who, if he gets that space created for him, can really make some magic with the puck. And Nate Bastian and Chris Tierney, who, by the way, along with Brendan Smith, getting his first goal. Chris Tierney got his first point on the secondary assist for this goal. As he gets the puck from on the side of the boards, gets it behind to Alexander Holtz, and he's behind the goal, and he's just kind of looking like, hey, where do I want to go here? What do I want to do? Oh, I see my man Luke. He's about ready to unleash the lightsaber of doom. Let me pass it to him right up at the point, and he puts a boom laser beam pass right out to Luke, who pew pew decides he's going to put the blast right on net past Corpusalo, like we said, to give the Devils a 6-2 lead. They put a 6-pack up on the board of some Molson Ice. No, wait, is Molson Ice Montreal? I don't know. Labatt's, Molson, some Crown Royale. Pick your favorite Canadian beer. The Devils cracked it open. Actually, to hell with that. Have yourself an Ann Crew brew instead. The official beer of the Let's Go Devils podcast and Devils After Dark. 6-2 Devils. Man, what a game. And like we said, multiple points. Bratt has 4. Jack has 3. Luke has 3. This is the type of game we should expect to see from this team that we were all expecting going into this season. And what do you know? You get a little solid goaltending, and a lot of things change. Get a couple power play goals, a lot of things change. Devils need to get back to that. Hopefully, this is the start for the rest of the season. Players are getting healthy. Minus Dougie, we know we're not going to see him for the rest of the year. Noshik, we're not really sure. But you see Timo Meier now getting back into the speed of things. Don't forget, Nico Hischier was hurt. Jack Hughes was out for a little bit. We've had a number of injuries on this team. But the biggest question marks have been the defense and the goaltending. Simone Nemec is now, 13, 14 games into his career? And he's playing top-line minutes. Let's hope we just keep moving in this direction because, oh, Lordy, we got another game tomorrow against the big, bad Boston Bruins, and you know how we are in those second games of a back-to-back. But we are the Road Warriors, and we are the comeback kids. Because don't forget, we were down 1-0 in this game, so this is comeback number 13, the number of the captain. Lucky number 13 on the season. Shots on goal for the Devils, 9, 11, 10 for a total of 30. Sends 6, 8, 13 for a total of 27. Senators out hit the Devils 27-13. Devils 2 for 4 in that power play. Sends 0 for 4. So the PK still being strong. Devils had the face-off edge, but Sens did pretty good though. Devils had them 29-26. Big victory up there in Ottawa before the new year. This is the way we want to do things, and this is the way that we love to talk to Sam Wu about. And you on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, wherever the hell you might be listening to this show live, by the way, not pre-recorded, live, talking about this big Devils victory. Devils After Dark. Let's hear from the king of the football calls himself, Sam, by God, Wu, from the bunker of Mrs. Wu's Displeasure Palace. Sam, what say you about this game?
Great team effort. Aside from the first goal, when Ottawa took the 1-0 lead, great team effort. We saw the last game how the game was won. Great individual effort where Luke Hughes went coast to coast. You could sort of say the same with Timo Meier getting that puck and then scoring the game-winning goal in overtime. This was a collaborative team effort scoring from everybody. Everybody, Scotty. And defensively, not bad. And Nico Dawes had to make the saves when he had to. And he made some great saves tonight. And he looked in position. He looked pretty calm. He wasn't, unnerved. So, what a success tonight. First of a back-to-back. Now, I'll get to about Boston tomorrow because I know there are a couple people worried about that in the YouTube Live, how that's going to go.
I see Max and I want to ask you, but what about who starts with the goaltending? But continue. We're gonna have to talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it matters because I think this team just plays so well on the road that we see a different team than at home for whatever reason. Okay. So, again, people ask me the reason. They think my reasoning is stupid, but can you find a better reason why they're bad at home other than there's too many distractions? This game is half mental. The last I checked, it's half physical, half mental. And if your head's not right, you're not going to play very well. But right now, the Devils, behind Nico Dawes, that was supposed to be the future 2 years ago. And the future looks pretty bright. At the same time, you have a young Ottawa Senators team with a couple veterans there. But the real test is tomorrow, Scotty, where I'm sure Paul Marino, good friend of the podcast, will be. Max.
And Max.
Yeah, and Max. Hopefully they don't fall in the harbor up in Boston. But don't get in the car. Anyway.
Down there with the Southies.
Yeah. And it's going to be wicked awesome, or whatever they say.
Sam, also one quick point that I forgot to mention here. With this victory and the Icelanders defeating the Capitals, the Devils are now back in as the second wild card. Now, I know this is going to fluctuate back and forth through the season because everyone is so tight here. You lose one or two games and you're going to go down. You win one, you're going to be right back up. But as of right now, the Devils are sitting in that second wild card with 40 points behind Carolina with 42. And the Devils have 2 games in hand on Carolina.
Well, I'm glad you're mentioning that. You know why, Scotty? Because a lot of Devils fans on the internet were all doom and gloom. There are some fans. You don't
say.
Yeah.
The internet had people overreacting?
Yeah, and they were negative people, like really negative people.
I have never heard of such a thing. What?
Yeah.
Are you serious, Samuel?
And guess what I did this morning? I trolled them. I trolled them. Yeah. That's what I do. I'm the original troll. So, yeah, so I just said, hey, Lindy Ruff is the right head coach for this team called your New Jersey Devils. Got a reaction. People ask, hey, Woo, are you ever right? And I reply back, yes, I am right. Just I never get credit for it. I predicted 6-0 victory tonight. If it wasn't for Brendan Smith and that first goal.
And the second.
Well, the first goal, and then, yeah, well, were they both his fault? Were they both?
The first one he was
a turnover.
It
was a turnover,
and then
right?
the second one, he was the puck, a shot going wide, deflected off of his shoulder and went in. He Damon Severson'd the puck, Sam Wu.
I know. Well, you know what? It's okay. I like Brendan Smith.
I like chicken tendies too, but I like him much better on the wing than I do on the defensive side of things.
True. And you'll see Brendan Smith upstairs at Prudential Center January 5th in the concession stands, now open.
And Morgan Williams says that he called 7-2, and since it was Brendan Smith, I got one of the goals. That should count as 2 goals for every one.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Everyone's entitled to their opinion, Morgan, but that's okay.
Ronaldo says it should count as -2. Well, I mean, it kind of did in the end because he was really the cause of the 2.
You know what? It all evens itself out. You know, it all averages itself out. Yeah, it was like when
Go ahead.
I was like, when he scored, I was like, are pigs flying right now? Or, should I buy a lottery ticket?
Ronaldo says he was actually a -3 tonight. Oh, nicely done. Nicely done. So, no, I saw Insane Pollock and I saw Max, who says that tickets are insane for the game tomorrow. He said he won't actually be there. What did he say? What he was like $250, $225? That's crazy. That's crazy talk over there.
Tick pick. Just tick pick it. Hang outside and then tick pick it.
What do you think now? Because he had such a solid game. Is there a chance that Lindy starts Nico Dawes in net again?
Well, for tomorrow?
For tomorrow.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Coming off of that surgery, there's no way Lindy Ruff will do that. Unless VTech is not feeling right. Because,
We've seen that before. That before.
Yeah.
Ronaldo.
Woo! With a super chat. There's no way. No way.
Daryl's right. Daws stopped 3 breakaways tonight. One of them on Brady Tkachuk. The other one was a 2-on-1. So you say no way, no way. It's VTech in there tomorrow.
You've got a veteran Boston team. I mean, if Lindy does that, he is not only gambling to the extent of, look, the guy just got back from injury. I mean,
Lindy is the gambler, though. He is the gambler.
But he may gamble. I mean, I don't know. I mean, these hip surgeries for goalies, I wouldn't
want to be careful. I get it.
You have to be careful. But I could be wrong. What do I know? Apparently I'm wrong about everything, according to the internet.
Morgan says shelter Daws and set him up for success. Insane Pollock, Daws' rebound control is nice. Yeah, it is. Peter Sievert says Smith was on fire tonight. John Summer, did Smith drink a Gato and chill? And St. Pollock says, play Vivi tomorrow. Play Daws against Washington. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just out there trying to play devil's advocate here and just throw the questions out there. I mean, I think that Lindy will start VTech tomorrow, but the struggles that the Devils have had on the goaltending side throughout this entire season, you get such a strong performance from a Nico Dawes, who also had 3 really strong performances at Utica right off of, coming back after the surgery. I was just curious and throwing that thought out there of, do you think it would be a possibility? He is a young kid. He's only, 23?
Yeah. I just think there's absolute zero.
Okay.
Unless something happens with VTech.
And so that would obviously lead to Shorts Guy being called up as the E-Bug, and then Nico Dawes, going in there and starting in net.
Yeah, well, the Devils saw the scouting report on Shorts Guy. They got the video last night at the Winter Classic in Inline Morristown. Shorts Guy making 17 to 17 saves in the first period.
The shutout.
Yeah. Well, at least in the first period. And then,
in the first period.
Yeah.
Gave up Clark Griswold jersey. And, of course, the legend Sam Wu was on the play-by-play call over here. And all of the proceeds for that game went to charity. So really good.
$1,500. $1,500 was raised that one game.
Very nice.
Well done. Rink in Morristown. Yep.
Well done, gentlemen. Very, very nicely done.
A foundation that helps families that are battling cancer, help paying bills and that kind of stuff. So, and a lot of those proceeds actually go directly to the families, which is great.
That's great. Very good. Man. The gentleman I just saw, obviously, I think you're talking about Brendan Smith coming out of his office, a.k.a. the penalty box. Oh, man.
Joseph Lena said, why did Shorts Guy get pulled after 2 goals? It's just like, it's a charity event. There were 4 goaltenders, 2 on each team, and you want to give everybody an opportunity to play. So in the middle of the game, they stopped the game, and so the new goaltenders can get into the game.
R. Nunez, that's actually in U.S. dollars. In Woo Bucks, 1,500 is like $3 million, actually, in Woo Bucks. So, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the
Woo Bucks are like
exchange?
the what's the like the peso and the what's the other one? The yen, where it's like it's so low where it's like $1,000 for like an extra value meal or something like that.
Yeah. Something like that.
That's the old Woo Buck over there.
Ted's
asking enough for the Woo Jet.
Ted's asking for a football call? What football call? Was
there was no John Marino tonight, Ted. We wish there was, but maybe tomorrow in Boston.
Maybe
with his pops in the stands, maybe John will have that that extra oomph there to make sure that there's a football call for Sam Wu.
Maybe
with the Boston Bruins tomorrow night.
Maybe, Scotty. Maybe.
Well, we'll have to see. So, all right. So we're going to say that Vitek Vanacek is going to start tomorrow. Will there be any lineup changes? Probably not. Maybe Miller gets back in the lineup. I don't know. But speaking of that, real quick, there have been rumors about Noah Hannafin up there in Calgary. Possibly. We know that he's been on the block here for quite some time. Everyone in Calgary basically is. But there's been a lot of articles, especially one written by John Tortorella's favorite sports writer for the New York Post.
Larry.
about how Hannafin would be the perfect fit for the New Jersey Devils. And honestly, yeah, he probably would be. He's a younger guy. How old is Hannafin? Is he 26? Or is he 27?
I think he's 26. He'll be 27. He'll be 27 in January.
He's a younger guy who could be, so the Devils have some money and cap issues. We do know that the cap is going to go up next year, but he could be someone that, they make a trade for, but he sticks around for quite some time.
Yep.
So keep your ears and your eyes open. If anything starts breaking, Sam Woo's going to be along with a Woo report to keep you up to date on everything. But you're going to start hearing these rumors and all this smoke a lot more often now as we're getting closer and closer. You're hearing a lot of people talk about Jake Allen out of Montreal as well. There's a couple teams with their eye on him. I think this was Fitzy with calling up Nico Dawes saying, hey, do we really need to make a move here or do we keep this internal?
Mm-hmm.
It's only been one game with Nico Dawes, but we'll see how this plays out. Perhaps he solidifies himself in the NHL now that he's recovered from his hip injury and he's had some time to develop with these past few seasons in the minors. But Noah Hannafin would be a nice addition to that defensive. Whew.
Would
You
be.
look pretty good back there. Look pretty good, as Larry David would say. So if anything does pop, we will keep you posted. Woo reports, Devils After Dark. Ted, when are the Devils going to call up Shorts Guy? Well, we'll see. The next time Vitek Vanacek isn't feeling like himself. That's what we're predicting here. But we're going to wrap this up. Thank you, everyone, for all. It was the move to keep Miller fresh for Boston. Maybe the gentleman, we'll see. I didn't hear anything about an injury to Colin Miller. We know he just had, his kid.
Keep him fresh. Keep him fresh.
Hopefully that's all it is. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But we'll be right back here tomorrow to wrap up the 2023 calendar year for the New Jersey Devils with one more game against the big bad Boston Bruins. Can the Devils solve their second game of the back-to-back woes, which we've seen so far this season? They are the Road Warriors, so this would be the time to do it. They're halfway through all their back-to-backs. 8 of 16. Oh, sweet Ozzy. Why are there so many? I do not know. But either way, we're going to be right back here tomorrow. Sam Woo, Vinny Parisi, Shorts Guy doing a little game day live. Yours truly, Scotty, and the king of the football call, Sam Woo, will be here post-game talking about hopefully a big Devils victory on Devils After Dark. Talk to you tomorrow, everybody.
Yeah. Dropping the podcast in about at midnight. Again, we'll be back tomorrow. Big bad Boston Bruins. We'll see you later. Until next time, let's go Devils.